everyone. Lovely to be with you again this week. Now, this week we've asked you to have a look at a very special book, very important book called The Very Hungry Caterpillar, written by Eric Carle, who also did the pictures, and he uses paper a bit like Matisse did. And we asked you to look at Matisse last week. Do you remember? Now, Eric Carle has written lots and lots and lots of books. And although I've only got a few, I thought I'd share some of them with you. So I've got, here we are, have a look at this collection here. We've got Do You Want to Be My Friend? We have got The Mixed Up Chameleon. Ooh. We've got The Very Busy Spider. We've got Brown Bear, What Do You See? And we have got The Bad-Tempered Ladybird. We've got The Tiny Seed, one of my personal favourites, the artist who painted the horse blue. And I also have some other ones here. I've got here this one, Papa, Please Get Me to the Moon. It's in a special packet because I've got a story I can listen to here. So sometimes I can just listen to the story there. But I have some very special books belonging to him as well. I have got this one here. Look, can you have a look? This is called Very Quiet Cricket. You see it? And very interestingly, it has a very thick back page. Can you see that? And on the back, it has a very special little box with a special screw. And in there goes batteries. I wonder why. It's a bit of a mystery. Put that one over there. I've also got The Very Clumsy Click Beetle. Again, that's very strange. Look here. Can you see? It's got a box that I need to put a battery in just there. Oh, and then I have got here, oh, I can't find it now. Where have I put it? There we are. So many things on the desk. Here we are. We've got the Firefly, the Very Lonely Firefly. And again, it's got a box on the back. Mr. Turner just changed the batteries on that today. I wonder why those boxes have got batteries in. And then I've got this very lovely book which is called The Honeybee and the Robber, again by Eric Carle, and it's very nice inside. It's got all sorts of pictures that can move. So if you have a look here, if I pull this tab, let's see if we can get that to work. Can you see how the picture moves? The fish comes out and eats the bee. There we are. So of those four, I'm going to read you one of those later in the week, but it's up to you to decide. Okay, so RT, you've got my telephone number, or your mummies have anyway. You have got my email address. I want you to write in or text and tell me which of those stories you'd like me to read later in the week. We have got The Honeybee and the Robber, The Very Lonely Firefly, The Very Quiet Cricket, and The Very Clumsy Click Beetle. Okay, but that's for later in the week. Today we're going to be reading about one of my favourite characters ever. So much so that I've got all sorts of things to share with you. Look here. Ha-ha! My soft toy. He was over on the sofa and I've brought him over here. So this is my soft caterpillar, which I love to have a cuddle with. I have also got, wait for it, ta-da! A glove puppet of The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which is great fun to have. Now I've got 3 copies of the story, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I go a bit nuts and I just get 2 of the same book. But these are all different copies of it for different reasons. So here we have the board book, which is really nice, and you can open it up and you can put your finger in the hole as he eats through all the different fruits. Can you see here? So that's a really nice board book. Then I have this book. Ready? It's a finger puppet one. Can you see? You can see just my finger there coming through. It's lovely. And then I've got a very special book which I bought only last year. Now this book is special because, can you see, it is gold. And it has a very big 50 on it. And that is because the story of the Very Hungry Caterpillar is exactly 50 years old. Well, 51 now, because last year it celebrated its golden anniversary. That's why the book cover is gold. And inside the story here, we find out a little bit more about the Very Hungry Caterpillar at the very beginning. And we find out, very surprisingly, that it used to be called A Week with Willy Worm. I don't like that title. That's what he was going to call it. And over here, there's a lovely letter on this page here, signed by Eric Carle. I'm going to read that to you first, just so you can find out a little bit more about the story. So it says, "Dear friends, the Very Hungry Caterpillar is turning 50, and I will be 90. It is one of the joys of my life that my book, first published in 1969, continues to delight readers of all ages around the world. China, Croatia, Israel, Egypt, Greece, Japan, Germany, Spain, and Mongolia, all over the planet. Children and teachers and parents and grandparents and librarians are reading my story and turning the pages, putting a tiny finger through the hole in the strawberry or a pear, and enjoying the bright, colourful wings of the butterfly when it appears. I am very, very grateful to every single reader and friend of the caterpillar for these wonderful years together. A golden anniversary for the caterpillar and the butterfly. Thank you to you all. And here's to another 50 years. And that was from Eric, so he wrote that. So that's a nice letter to get, isn't it? So we're all his friends. So are you ready for the story? Let's begin. Here we are. Okay. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. Got a rumbling tummy, I think. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. Oh, my goodness. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. Oh, my goodness. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and a slice of watermelon. He must have been very full. Oh, my goodness. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through the nice green leaf, and after that he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a little hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. You see how lovely he is? Really pretty, isn't he? Now, I've just read that story and I realised I missed a little bit out. I wonder if you can see which bit it was. On Saturday he had a very bad tummy ache, and I'm not surprised having eaten all of those things. Do caterpillars normally eat cherry pie, I ask you? I don't think they do they? Or salami? Or chocolate cake? If you've been finding out about caterpillars, you'll know that they tend to eat through leaves, and then they make their cocoon. Okay, so that's the story of the very hungry caterpillar. I have one last thing to share with you, which is very special to me. That is this special box. Can you see? It's made of tin, and it's a very special box. It plays a tune. Are you ready to listen? There he is. There's the hungry caterpillar. Oh my goodness. That always makes me laugh and gives me a fright every time I do it. You would think I would know. I'll have to push him back in now. Back into his box. He's not going to go in. There we are. And then he goes back on my shelf. So, that's the very hungry caterpillar. Look out later in the week. There'll be another story. I'm going to be reading to you Tadpole's Promise, which does actually have a caterpillar in it. You're going to love that story. So look out for that later in the week. And when all the votes are in and counted and verified, I will read you another Eric Carle book. So remember, it's the Honeybee and the Robber, The Very Lonely Firefly, The Very Quiet Cricket, and the very, I've got to remember his name, The Very Clumsy Click Beetle. That's it. So you decide which one you'd like me to read, and send me an email or send me a text, and I will read one of those stories to you later in the week. So look out for the Tadpole's Promise, which will be up a bit later, and have a really good week, everybody. I'm hoping to speak to everybody this week. I've been a bit hectic here. I will speak to you all very soon. Take care. Lots of love.